with all your favorite South Park characters.
How does this even make any sense?
It makes perfect sense. I think the problem is you.
I had explosive diarrhea all night.
Oh, hamburgers.
Dude, school is going to be so awesome today.
I like big boobs.
Perhaps you should no longer be a prime member.
Please, I'm trying to get everyone back to work. I'm gonna do everything that I can.
Then we have an understanding. Goodbye, Mayor.
It's mine, I got it.
Katy Perry, I just want to congratulate you on being the first astronaut to sing in space for real.
Thanks, Jeff. It was one small step for women, one giant leap for my Lifetime's tour. By the way, it's Captain Perry now. I went to space for real. That makes me Space Captain Perry.
You are officially an astronaut.
Thank you so much.
You're officially an astronaut.
How do you even format your lips to say something so stupid?
6 women just did the same flight that he did.
Oh, I just want to keep hugging you.
Katy Perry jumped out of the aircraft and kissed the ground in a painfully cringe moment that has been roasted online.
Look at us, we're very wealthy. Don't we look great? Admire us.
It's so cringy. I hope they can see the unity that we modeled and replicate that and understand that we weren't just taking up space, we were making space.
The crew who flew in space this week on an automated flight by Blue Origin were glam. But you cannot identify as an astronaut.
She essentially took a roller coaster ride.
Well, it was very profound. I don't know if you've seen Katy Perry talk about it, but she's basically a guru now. I'm much better now that the ladies are back from space.
What were they up there, 10 minutes?
Let's not minimize this. Let's celebrate female astronauts.
That's the other thing. There has been female astronauts.
Lots of other people in the media were embarrassing themselves during this ordeal. Oprah Winfrey actually wept as she watched the all-female team launch into space.
Katy Perry went to space and somehow made the whole thing feel like a cheesy Instagram story. Let that sink in. She literally left the planet, reached the edge of Earth's atmosphere, something only a handful of people will ever experience. And what does she do when she's up there? She locks eyes with the camera like she's filming a glam shoot for a new perfume line. Earth spinning below, space stretching out in front of her, and still, she makes it all about her.
Oh wow, what a valiant explorer.
Katy!
Woo! She picked the flower and then she kissed the earth. Okay.
That was one small step for womankind, one giant leap backwards for mankind.
The 11-minute space flight that was touted as some kind of divine feminine gift to humanity.
Everybody looks ridiculous. This isn't a moment for feminism. That's a dick rocket that was designed, flown, and paid for by men, and you are simply baggage on that rocket. That's all it is.
Welcome to 2025, where billionaires bankroll rocket launches and celebrities turn them into content. Forget the space race. This is the clout race. And Katy? She's running in full makeup and lighting. But hold up, because South Park saw this and decided, nope, we're roasting this. Trey Parker and Matt Stone caught wind of Katy's celestial cringe fest and are turning it into one of the most savage celebrity roasts in years. No censors, no filters, just pure, uncut chaos. And honestly, she walked right into it. When you treat space like a Met Gala runway, don't be shocked when the internet and South Park clap back.
What did they do? But if Katy Perry started singing and I was trapped in the vacuum of space, you better believe I'd find a way to end it.
To going up, you said that you needed to go to space to heal. I know you're only a few minutes removed from this.
I feel super connected to love.
Goodness. I will never be the same.
Now we have to witness, who is it, Katy Perry? I didn't even know she was still relevant.
It all went down on April 14th when Blue Origin, aka Jeff Bezos' rocket playground, launched NS-25, a so-called historic mission. But let's be real, it wasn't exactly NASA. It was more like NASA with influencers. This wasn't a scientific breakthrough, it was a PR stunt wrapped in LED lighting. The press called it game-changing. In reality, it was 6 ultra-wealthy women boarding a glorified Amazon Prime rocket for a 10-minute ride that cost more than most people's homes.
6 celebrity women, including Gayle King, Katy Perry, and Lauren Sanchez, who is the plastic fiance of Jeff Bezos, took a Blue Origin rocket into space on a trip that lasted from takeoff to touchdown less than 12 minutes in total.
There's nothing frivolous about what we did. Let's see how it went on board the Blue Origin spacecraft.
Flynn, I got you.
With her Daisy.
I got you, Flynn. I've had so many people reach out to me and say, because you did it, it makes me think I can do it too.
You know, it's so funny. She said she's heard from women and girls who have said to her, I didn't realize this is something I could do. You know how I know that didn't happen, Megan? Because it's not something they could do, because they're not friends with Jeff Bezos, right? Like
the passenger list, a who's who of elite resumes. NASA engineer Aisha Bowe, civil rights advocate Amanda Nguyen, movie producer Carrie Ann Flynn, pilot and journalist Lauren Sanchez, aka Jeff Bezos' girlfriend, and right in the middle of it all, Katy Perry. Yep, that Katy Perry. The pop star, the woman who once wore a spinning peppermint bra and made out with a puppet on live TV. That Katy Perry was now suddenly in space, not saving the world, but recording content for her followers.
I have no doubt that it was a cool experience. It was not historic or significant in any way, but it was still, I'm sure, cool. More than cool, it must have been profound and quite moving. It's a shame then that it was wasted on a woman with the wisdom and intellectual depth of a newborn poodle.
5 women went up into space, right? Jeff Bezos, the man who paid for it all, sent his wife up. Which tells you something about their marriage, doesn't it? I think he was hoping she wouldn't come back.
So proud of us. I really am proud of.
I hope they can see the unity that we modeled and replicate that and understand that we weren't just taking up space, we were making space. Ours for me, I brought a Daisy because I have so much love for my daughter Daisy and I have so much love for Mother Earth.
If I can do this, I was telling these guys, I might even now get my ears pierced. I've never gotten my ears pierced because that hurts.
It's dark. They've gone next level. The montage of them about them.
It's so much money to go to space. Yeah. There's a lot of people who can't even afford eggs. What are they going to do up there that has made it better for us down here?
Olivia Wilde reposted an image of Katy Perry kissing the ground. She was acting like she got back from Apollo 13.
Had I been one of the chosen few revolutionary women, I probably would have just jumped out and let the void of space either suck me in and destroy me, or just begun my descent to Earth at terminal velocity and probably caught fire on the way down. You know, either way, there are many options. I know some people are gonna disagree with me here, but 11 minutes really isn't that long, and you really can't accomplish that much in 11 minutes.
And instead of soaking in the moment or sharing some kind of meaningful message, what did she do? She stared into the lens like it was another TikTok trend. No awe, no emotion, just vibes. It was outer space, and she treated it like her dressing room at Coachella. And if it had stopped there, maybe we could have shrugged and moved on. But Katy, being Katy, made sure it didn't stop. She posted, then reposted, then tripled down with more clips, turning what could have been awe-inspiring into a rolling cringe fest.
Please don't call it a ride. That is not a friggin' ride. Whenever a man goes up, no one called that a ride. It was called a flight. It was called a journey, because a ride implies that it's something frivolous or something that's lighthearted. There was nothing frivolous about what we did. What it's doing to inspire other women and young girls, please don't ignore that.
That space mission this morning, that's end time shit. Like, this is beyond parody for what was the marketing there. And then to try to make it like, I'm disgusted, literally.
And you know it's bad when other celebrities come out and mock you. Like that celebrity on celebrity violence almost never happens. But we're witnessing it right now.
And just when you thought things couldn't get any more ridiculous, South Park enters the chat. Yep, the last savage voice left in Hollywood. Trey and Matt don't care about your PR team or your carefully curated image. They're the same duo who've torched every celebrity from Tom Cruise to Meghan Markle. And now, Katy's on their radar. According to leaks, episode 4 of South Park season 27 will feature a parody of her Blue Origin mission, complete with cartoon versions of Katy Perry and Jeff Bezos.
He's like 60, and this seems like a really. This seems like a tough. That seems like a tough landing. Seems like some of these ladies that are. This doesn't look like a pleasant landing The median age of these women, ooh, this is gonna get me in trouble, are definitely past their prime. Might not be able to crawl out of their little folding chairs that they're sitting in too easily from that, but they all did.
And here's the kicker. People are starting to ask the real question. Was this flight even legit? Or just an overhyped $400,000 photo shoot with built-in Wi-Fi? Let's talk about it. First red flag, that capsule looked way too fresh. Like just unboxed from Amazon fresh. Real space capsules come back looking like they've been through a war. Burn marks, dents, the whole nine. This thing, it looked like it was detailed at a Tesla dealership. And the door? Instead of the heavy-duty pressurized hatches used in actual space missions, this one opened inward like a public restroom stall. Real space tech is designed to handle extreme pressure and heat. This question mark, it looked like something from an IKEA manual. There's even a clip floating around showing someone inside fumbling with the door until Jeff Bezos himself awkwardly jumps in with a mystery tool to help out. Yeah, totally normal space behavior, right?
Why does it look so clean exactly? Why? I don't know. Like, why exactly does the little head that they're in have absolutely no signs of re-entry into the Earth's atmosphere? You can see there, clean as a whistle, that pod. And this is what a pod looks like when it's returned from space. Right here. Here's the Dragon X capsule. You can see the thing is burnt to hell.
And that dramatic zero-gravity moment they hyped up like it was the moon landing? Yeah, you can fake that on a regular plane. It's called the Vomit Comet. Astronauts train on it all the time. You go up, the plane dips into a steep dive, and bam, weightlessness for a few seconds. Add some moody music, toss in a slow zoom, crop the windows just right, and voila, you've got your very own space experience for social media. The whole Blue Origin flight lasted 10 minutes. Out of that, maybe 3 minutes were actually in zero gravity, but Katy Perry landed like she just planted a flag on Mars. She stepped out like she'd just rewritten human history. And somehow, people are still buying it?
So then Jeff Bezos goes and gets some fake tool. So they literally open the door, they get told not to open the door. Jeff Bezos gets some like fake prop and then opens it up. What?
Really? Rob, I don't know if you have any of the critic stuff or not. Do you have any of the stuff on how they open the door first and then they have to reopen the door and they have to say, go back in there, and then Jeff Bezos falls. Poor guy's tripping. He's having a hard time.
What you're telling me here is they just had a doorknob and they can just swing it open in space? Seems like a very bad safety procedure. That wouldn't have ended well. But then something remarkable happens in this video. The minder runs up and says, don't open the door, don't do that. Watch. Don't open it, don't open it.
Now, here's where it gets wild. According to leaks, in South Park's upcoming episode, Katy Perry's cartoon version gets cosmetic injections while in orbit, but because it's zero gravity, her face starts literally melting mid-flight. That's the kind of brutal satire we're talking about. Her obsession with image, getting warped and sagging under the weightlessness of space? That's not just funny. That's savage, brilliant commentary. That's poetic karma in animated form.
Looks like it would on a windy day. It doesn't look like what happens when you're in actual zero gravity. This is what an astronaut's hair looks like in zero gravity. See this? It's quite different.
And guess who's also back for the roast? Jeff Bezos. Again. South Park already dragged him in 2018, turned him into a creepy, telepathic supervillain who looks like a fleshy alien from another galaxy. But in this new version, he's even more diabolical. He's the mastermind behind a luxury space clinic, launching celebrities into orbit to test anti-aging serums and face fillers, like some tech billionaire Bond villain with a beauty empire on the moon.
The accomplishment of Blue Origin is that Katy Perry went to space. Do you see the difference? Do you understand the difference here? The accomplishment is not that, it is not in the hands of these women. These women did nothing. Truly, they could not have possibly done less for this 11-minute voyage.
We are the Taking Up Space crew. There's 6 of us, all women. It's a historical flight to space because it's the first time that all women have been in space.
It's space tourism. The fact that they're trying to sell it as some revolutionary thing is f***ing hilarious. Yeah, first all-female flight crew. It's not a flight crew. That's like I'm calling myself the flight crew because I went on Soarin' at Epcot at Disney World.
The thing is, South Park doesn't even have to exaggerate anymore. They're just holding up a mirror. And what they show us is hilarious. Because the real world has gotten so ridiculous, all the writers have to do is sketch it. No punchlines needed. Reality is the punchline. Let's rewind for a second. Remember back in 2023 when South Park released Joining the Panderverse? That special tore the entertainment world to shreds. They roasted Disney's obsession with gender-swapped remakes, identity buzzwords, and the hollowed-out mess of modern Hollywood. Nobody was safe. They went after Kathleen Kennedy, took shots at Bob Iger, and even mocked themselves. That episode blew up, like crashed the servers viral. And the memes, relentless.
Everyone in town is like, no, please, Kathleen Kennedy, stop ruining everything. But Kathleen Kennedy is all like, put another gay diverse woman in it, make it more lame. And the Disney stock just keeps going down and down and down. And then Bob Iger is all like, no, what's going on with my stocks? No, Kathleen Kennedy.
Fast forward to season 27, and they're back with that same energy, this time aimed at celebrities who treat rocket launches like red carpet appearances. People like Katy Perry, who somehow believe that stepping into a billionaire's space capsule makes them untouchable. That being first in something automatically makes them important. But South Park is here to remind them, and us, that fame doesn't equal substance, and ego doesn't equal achievement. And honestly, this call-out was long overdue. When a person can leave Earth and still turn it into a brand opportunity, it's a sign that our culture is upside down. This wasn't a science moment. This wasn't exploration. It was a billion-dollar TikTok with better lighting, a rocket-fueled content shoot disguised as empowerment, a highlight reel masquerading as history.
Oh my God, you guys, look, we're seeing the moon. Guess what? We all see the moon just fine down here. Have you seen a moonrise? Great.
Katy Perry, in other words, had certainly set the bar high for herself. She was so insufferably stupid and ditzy before the flight that everybody wondered if she could come up with anything even dumber when she landed.
They admired the universe, and what they were expecting was for us to admire the fact that they were rich enough and famous enough to have been granted this utterly, utterly vacuous experience from which they learned absolutely nothing.
And the wildest part? Katy Perry still thinks she did something noble. She's out here believing she sparked inspiration for girls everywhere. But the only thing she inspired was South Park's animators to get to work sketching her Botox dripping off in 0G. Let's be real, this isn't about progress. This is what happens when celebrity obsession spins completely out of orbit. When fame becomes a force field, when accountability is rebranded as hate, and when rocket launches are hijacked for personal PR campaigns. South Park saw the madness, they smelled the desperation, and they didn't flinch. They aimed their pens, hit record, and said the one thing everyone else was too scared to say, yeah, this is stupid. So, what do we have here? A billionaire launching a vanity mission, a cast of ultra-famous passengers with million-dollar filters, a pop star hijacking the moment like she's auditioning for the Kardashians' Galactic Edition, public backlash being spun as misogyny, and South Park dragging the whole circus down to earth. Hard. And if you think this episode is the finale, think again. This is just the first shot, because as long as celebs keep mistaking clout for courage and PR stunts for progress, as long as the rich and famous keep failing upward while pretending to be victims, South Park will be there, waiting, watching, and ready to roast.